Mudslinging so early. Oh, it's recording. Yay. The vapors. Oh, look at all the smoke. Smoke bomb. Cut. Do it again. Okay. She didn't know dad like I did. That's why.
God, I wish I had a real name.
Dude, I have one hell of a set of balls on me. We're looking a little bit. Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you all. Today we're going to talk about sacred space. So if you've seen my two previous videos before this one, we talked about the Fab Four, the Archangel Michael, the Archangel Uriel, the Archangel Gabriel, and the Archangel Raphael. So with all of those, we're going to utilize all those today to create a sacred space. So first question, why do you need a sacred space? Well, you need a sacred space so that you can relax and meditate. A lot of people don't realize what happens if you're in a place that isn't completely your own and it's not protected, especially those of us who have psychic abilities, intuition, people who have like social anxiety and stuff. You have to have a sacred space, especially if you're going to do things like casting magic, holding rituals, doing sacred or ritualistic prayer, things like that. You have to have a protected, safe space. When I first started making my very first safe space, I just used the sigil of the Archangel Michael right here. And so that's what I used. And it did a lot of protection. It totally did. He's a very big, powerful archangel. But to make a official sacred space, so I'm talking like major sacred space, nothing's going to go in there without your know-how. And the thing about a sacred space is it brings kind of like common knowledge to the whole room, not just to you. So it's like, if I'm having a hard day, all the energy in the room knows that I'm having a hard day. And so it attracts my guardian angels and my spirit guides and the healing angels that want to come and heal and help me. And that's because I'm in my sacred space. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like a spider web. When you're the spider sitting in the middle of the spider web, if one little thing comes in your area, you can feel it because of all the vibrations, right? Okay, so in your own sacred space, when you walk in, you can feel all the vibrations of everything, and so can everything else. And when I say everything, I mean the energy in the room. So if you walk in the room and you're having a bad day and you're in a bad mood, the energy encompassing your sacred space immediately comes in to try to heal you. And it's angel energy, it's celestial energy, it's love energy, it's divine energy, it's all those energies tied together. And also earth energy. Don't forget that. Everybody always thinks about above, but you got to think about below, aka as above, so below. Oh, it talks about two entities that care for you, the creator up above and then the earth herself and how much she loves you. So on to the sacred space. So to get the sacred space that you need, typically it's going to be 4 walls, right? If you have a circular room, you can still do this anyway. So what you want to do is you want to put up one of these sigils anointed by each one, and you're going to put them in the 4 corners of your room. Say it's your bedroom. Okay. So when it comes to the the northern corner is where you're going to put the sigil of the Archangel Michael. That's going to set the whole room up. So that is, this one right here, sigil of the Archangel Michael or Michael. And his scent or oil is frankincense. So you're going to draw this out on a piece of paper. The piece of papers that I'm using today are the paper that comes from grocery bags because we want to be able to have these sigils in almost an original state. And the closer you get to doing it the old-fashioned way, the more power it yields. And so I use the grocery bags because they're the closest to like almost trees or mostly trees instead of bleached white paper, which is basically plastic nowadays if you think about it. And then you rip a corner off and you rip it with your hands. Don't cut it because they didn't have scissors back then, so you ripped it with your hands. Anyway, and you put this in the northern corner and anoint it with frankincense. Then, let's see. In the eastern corner, you're going to turn around and you're going to put the sigil of the Archangel Raphael. You're going to anoint this one with myrrh oil. Then in the southern the southern direction of your room, you're going to go ahead and put up the sigil of the Archangel Gabriel. And Archangel Gabriel is birch oil. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Jasmine, my bad. I had to have my cheat sheet. This one here, he is the scent jasmine or the oil jasmine. Go ahead and take some jasmine oil, anoint the sigil, and put it in your southern corner. Then in your western corner, you guessed it, it's going to be the Archangel Uriel, and he is birch oil. So anoint it with some birch oil and hang these sigils up. Just put some tape on them, slap them up there. There they are. And it helps if you're able to see them every day, because when you see it every day, it becomes part of you. And then the moment you see it, you invoke that energy. You don't even have to think about it. Same thing with things like magic and knowledge. The moment you see a sign, the moment you see a stop sign, what happens? Your foot stops because you're used to seeing the stop sign and it's driving. Well, if you come home and you see sigils and angel sigils every single day, you're going to look at them and you're going to think, oh, Archangel Uriel. And then you're like, oh, you're invoking the wisdom of the Archangel Uriel and didn't even know. So that really helps. And then once you get all of the sigils up, go ahead and smudge and cleanse your room like you normally would. And definitely make sure at the door that leads to the outside, you're going to want to put a thin line of kosher white salt. Okay, kosher salt means it must be kosher. It says kosher on it, and it's got the little Star of David on it. Okay, kosher means it's sanitary and it's been blessed by a rabbi. So that's why it's very, very important. These are all original angels that came from that exact same time. So we're going to do things like how they did. And it was kosher salt. And so you're going to put a thin line of kosher salt outside whatever door leads to the outside of your sacred space. If your sacred space has 2 doors, you can do the same thing. Just and make sure you put the salt on the outside of the door leading to the outside, not on the inside, because then it kind of gets everywhere. And if you have really nice hardwood floors, it's going to suck. Make sure you put them on the outside. Like if you have a welcome mat, pull the mat back, put the line down, put the mat back. Totally fine. And I would say about every until you get your sacred space really going, like every month, you're going to want to go and redo the salt. But every 3 months is when you want to go back and redo the sigils. So when I say redo the sigils, I don't mean redraw them out. No, I mean just grab their oil. So like this one would be birch oil, and just re-anoint them and say, you are with me. That's all you have to say with each one. You are with me. And that's it. And then you have a sacred space. And in your sacred space, you can do anything and know that you are protected. And you're not just protected from like evil and negative energies. You're also protected from prying eyes. I don't know if any of you know this, but there are some beings out there who have what we call remote viewing, like yours truly. And so it makes it so that I can close my eyes and I can think of somebody and I can actually see them. I can see them sitting or laying or whatever it is they're doing. And when you make your sacred space and you get your angel sigils up, they protect your home from that. So then people like me with prying peepers can't check up on you. What'll happen is I'll see the angel standing there, or it'll just be a blur. I won't see anything. And see, like me, if I'm checking up on you, it's because I'm trying to heal you and trying to help you and trying to pray for you. But other people sometimes want to spy on you because they're just mean and bored. And a lot of times it has to do with their self-esteem. That's really sad. But that's okay. And so now you know how to make a sacred space. Another good thing that I do is you want to get like a sing bowl or an angel bell, which is basically a tiny bell, and ring that to go ahead and invoke all the energies at once. I use my sing bowl to invoke all the energies at once. And so you just want to make sure after putting up all your sigils and making your sacred space that before you do something like, say you were holding a ritual, the first thing you want to do is ring that bell and invoke all of their powers, and then boom, you'd be able to move on from there. And it's, once you get into sacred space, it's easy peasy like that. Like after a while, you won't even have to ring a bell. You'll just think it and they'll show up. So little baby steps, but it'll get you to the point where the moment you walk into your sacred space, you're grounded and you're ready to work and do whatever it is that you want. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and please, please, please subscribe. I've got some surprises for people and viewers after I hit a certain number of subscribers. Free readings. I also do readings, and then Reiki and all kinds of jazz. So please subscribe. Thank you so much, and mwah.